Hey, what is up guys, and welcome to Firewatch, a game that honestly flew under my radar for quite a while, but not too long ago I was watching all the trailers, and it seems like it's going to be a very mysterious game, and from what I've heard so far, the dialogue sounds like it's really well done, so I think this is going to be a very fun experience. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, Boulder, Colorado, 1975. And apparently, we see Julia. She's our age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. And we are out drinking with our pals. You know what? We'll approach her. Oh, and we're drunk? Really? Already? Okay, let's at least try and be a little bit nice. You're pretty, she says. Well, you are not. You're a future hangover. What? We reply, confused. Someone should buy you a cheeseburger, she says. And then she flags down a waiter, and 1 week later, we're her boyfriend. Well, funny how that works out, but alright. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where we are now. We date for over a year, and she drives us absolutely nuts. But it's great. Then we move in and share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. And we drink beers out on the deck. We drink beer just about anywhere, but life is good. Oh no. Now she wants a dog? What's next, kids? There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. But there's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German Shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. Alright, so do we go with her? Or do we choose the Shepherd? I'm leaning towards the Shepherd, especially since it sounds like we're gonna be naming him Mayhem. Mayhem's an excellent dog. He loves wrestling with us in the park and goes with Julia on her runs. Even though he's too big to bring to school, Julia loves him all the same. Mayhem is a friend, child, and pet, all rolled into one. 1979. We walk out on the deck. It's summer, 9:30 p.m., and the heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? Well, they're not very smart, or good at much. I'm saying, if you and I have some, a couple little idiots. Alright, well, I don't want to hurt her feelings, but then again, I don't want to rush. How about one day? She looks away, out towards the mountains. We have plenty of time, right? Speak for yourself, mister. Well, how about you don't worry, we assure. We tell her she has the body of an undergrad. My ovaries didn't get the memo, she says, laughing it off. One day, okay? Okay, one day, she says. And 6 months later, we get engaged. lying in bed on a Sunday morning. Alright guys, well here we are at what looks to be the trailhead. And I've gotta say, although this game may not have the best graphics, you still gotta admit it's got a pretty amazing atmosphere. I mean, just look at all those birds in the back, you can hear the bees buzzing and everything. And it's got a pretty neat looking art style too, which I'm liking so far. But what is this? Thoroughfare Trailhead? Okay then, we'll head this way. $19.80. It's a Thursday night, and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call, and we're worried, and getting angrier by the minute. But she walks in after we've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets? Well, if she's not drunk, there's no sense in getting mad, is there? We'll ignore it for now. You don't touch each other all night. And the next day, we feel guilty for being so angry and ask about her evening. She says it was great, and we hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. But we make some coffee and go to work. 1981. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research and all the places we go. And she draws us. Well, I'm sure it wouldn't hurt to flex then. We look awesome. Oh man, I'm surprised we didn't break an ankle doing that. But man, how long has it been? It seems like the sun's about to set now. Yeah, I'm guessing that we might just have to camp out somewhere, because as of now, it really does not seem like we're gonna make it there before sundown. Oh, what is this? Two Forks Fire Lookout? 8 miles away? Yeah, that seems like it's gonna take a while. $19.82. During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking mayhem at night. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. But one of them tries to mug you with a knife. Uh-oh. Mayhem runs away. Maymoo fuck the dog, Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she is stressed. We confront the attacker. And we can either scare him away or kick his ass. Well, since he did bring a knife, we might as well kick his face in. Our arm gets cut up, but we beat the guy into a pulp. We don't feel very tough, and we cry our eyes out before the cops show up. After that, Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. We say okay. We don't want to go that way either. And from then on, we walk by the river. 1984. Plans to have kids get whaled by work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate department chair, but she wants to move. And we absolutely do not. Alright guys, I mean we could side with her, but if we don't want to go, I don't know if we should. Although she could commute back and forth. But look, it's 2,000 miles away. There's no way that's possible. We have to do it. We tell her that this means you two won't have a family. She says that's bullshit, and she's totally right. She asks if taking the job means you won't come with her. And we say yes. Again. Bullshit. But she decides not to take it. 1985. Julia is asked to leave Boulder on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. She was found crying in the stairwell. Okay, we could say that maybe we should talk it out, or we could just make her some macaroni and drink wine. Yeah, I think this might be the better option. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they are worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She is 41, and we both decide to keep it a secret for now. Oh my gosh! Is that me? Anyways, Mayhem is getting older. He's got silver hair down his back and slows down at night. And we and Julia walk him to the bar to see our friends. And it feels like nothing has changed. And Julia even goes back to the university. 1987. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class, and her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason, and has to be brought home by the police. She's devastated, and she is sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days, you get the Julia who calls you a dope, and your unborn children little idiots. But other days, we get a stranger. She pulls into bed to make love, and after 5 minutes, she gets into a panic, believing her dad is at the door. We tell her family, and they are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. Unfortunately, she still gets worse. 1988. We spend our days following Julia around the house. We count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse, and he suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere within 24-hour medical care, a home. It sits with us for a couple months, and we either decide to move her into the full-time care facility or take care of her on our own. You know, I feel like moving her into the facility will definitely help her get better, but maybe her and I will start to drift apart. I think we should handle this. It looks to me like it must be morning time now. But I guess we'll just keep following this trail. Seems like it's taken us in the right direction for the most part, although then again, I still have no clue where we're going. Oh wow! Look at that! That was kind of cool. It is impossibly hard. The worst is when you get mad at her, like when she tries to cook her own food. Not sure why you'd get mad about that, but okay. We can't do anything without her, and she can't do anything without us. When she goes to sleep, we stay up for a few hours, drinking on the deck, watching baseball in the summer, college basketball in the winter, drinking then too. We start going out after we put her to bed. The first time we do it, we worry about her getting up and walking around while we're gone. Oh my gosh. So we could either put a chair in front of the door, I'm assuming that kind of blocks her in, or we can trust her and hope that she sleeps like a rock. You know, as crazy as she might be now, I still think she deserves our trust. We go to the same bar at the boring end of Pearl Street. It's nice there. And over time, we tell Sheila, the bartender, everything. It's a huge weight off, and we're home and in bed by 1 a.m. a couple nights a week. And we look forward to those nights. 1989. One night we're stopped by a DUI checkpoint. We blow a .1 and are taken to jail for the night. And we considered trying to hide it, but we tell our sister-in-law. Julia's parents take the next plane from Australia. They can't believe the state our house is in. Then they tell us Julia is going to live with them. But we don't argue, and we say we'll visit soon. And a few weeks go by. However, summer is coming, and we see an ad in the paper for a job. Alright guys, let's take it. So if you haven't noticed already, our job just so happens to be a Firewatch. So that being said, I'm assuming this must be our tower. And although we didn't make it here before sundown, at least we're here. Seems like we're getting here a bit late though, doesn't it? Okay, turn on the power. Oh, cool.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Hello?
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
Oh man, you've killed 3 ex-husbands? Yeah, I think that one'll do.
Okay, you've killed 3 husbands. You're a black widow and you're just out here until the heat dies down and then you'll kill again.
Ooh, very good. Bravo, Henry.
Okay, I sleep now?
Not quite. Now you.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you, but maybe you just really like trees. Maybe it's a borderline fetish. A tree fetish.
Good night.
Good night. Welcome to the job.